Hi, I'm Shelby Jenrette, and I do love to network. And I've been very fortunate for the last 5 years to work with other business owners, teaching them some really awesome networking skills. I want to share these things with you. In talking about networking and thinking about networking, a lot of times people are just scared. Not everyone is like me. I'm not scared to walk into the room and say, "Hey, I'm Shelby, how you doing?" A lot of people are afraid of walking into a room full of people that they don't know. They're afraid of making the first move, of introducing themselves, and afraid that they'll be rejected. They're afraid to get up in front of people because they're afraid to talk and have someone think, well, they're not very good, or they're stupid. The reality is that fear is probably groundless. There's no reason to feel like that because most people feel the same way. So what this has led me to in thinking about this morning is thinking about fear itself. Two things happened to me yesterday that created a moment of fear for me. And one was that I was at my son's house and I was looking out his back door, which is glass. It's 3 foot wide and it's closed and it's locked. I'm looking out there thinking, hey, what a neat joke. Son, where'd you get this rubber snake? There's this long black tail of a snake right across the threshold of the door. The other end of the snake was behind a box that he had sitting beside the door. And he said, "What are you talking about? What rubber snake?" And then the snake moved. So what did Shelby do? I immediately jumped and said, "Oh my God, it's a snake." Now the door was closed and locked, and there was no way the snake was going to get me, right? But I still felt that moment of fear. And in that instance, fear is good. It's part of our fight or flight reaction that is instinctual to all living creatures whenever we sense danger. The second thing that happened yesterday was that my granddaughter was in the pool. She's going to take swimming lessons this summer, and she was been very brave. I can do it, telling the teacher, "Stop, don't touch me, I know how." And so part of the swimming lessons, they have to hold on to the side of the wall. Now let me mention that my granddaughter's 3 years old, so she's not very tall, and if she lets go, she's going to sink to the bottom. So she's being very brave, and she's got her hands on the side. She decides she's going to float on her own, and she keeps one hand on the wall, and she takes her other hand and she extends it out, and she lifts her feet up, and she's kind of floating. But she feels the water start to pull her away from the wall, and I can see this fear come over her face, and she's starting to panic. And she's starts getting, agitated, so I immediately go up and just tell her, "You're okay," and I grab her hand and put it on that second hand on the wall. And then she said, "Grandma, I was scared." And see, there again is the instance where fear is a natural response that helps to protect us whenever we're in danger. Her fear made her seek to try to grab on with both hands. So those are times whenever fear is healthy and it's good for us. But there's a lot of times that fear holds us back, and fear keeps us from doing the things that we want to. We're afraid to move because there's no one there that we know, or we're afraid to change jobs because we know we have financial security where we're at. Maybe you're in a bad relationship and you're afraid to change because you're afraid to be alone. And what happens then, we don't do anything. We just sit there in one spot. We don't respond in any way. We don't react. We don't do anything. We just day after day after day, we stay in the same place. We don't make changes because we're afraid. And this is something that is very easy for me sometimes to just disregard, because I'm kind of the type person that's like, what have you got to lose? Just go for it. Do it. But not everybody's like that. And for those people that are watching this video who are not like that, who are finding themselves in situations where they want to change, where they want to do something different, and it has nothing to do with networking, or it could, I've got a webinar that I want you to watch. And I'd like you to sign up today. And the subject is fear, and how to overcome fear, and how to overcome it to accomplish the things and do the things that we want to do with our life. So sign up today. The webinar is free, so what have you got to lose?